Sleigh bells ringing, diamonds blinging, carols singing, favorite season. Sleigh bells ringing, diamonds blinging, carols singing, favorite season. They said, Saint Nick, what you got up in that bag, yeah. I got racks in my sack, her in my back, yeah. They said, Saint Nick, what you got up in that bag, yeah. I got racks in my sack, her in my back, yeah. Snowfall frozen, neck is frozen, catch me rolling, I'm the chosen. Snow is falling, Elfie's calling, check my list twice, most of y'all done. Sleigh bells ringing, diamonds blinging, carols singing, favorite season. Sleigh bells ringing, diamonds blinging, carols singing, favorite season. They say, Saint Nick, what you got up in that bag, yeah. I got racks in my sack, her in my back, yeah. They said, Saint Nick, what you got up in that bag, yeah. I got racks in my sack, her in my back, yeah. Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, and Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donner, and Blitzen. No, I can't forget about the one with the red nose. When I fly high, my sleigh still stay 10 toes. Bring the beat, bring the trees, bring the cheese. Put the lights up, 'tis the season. Need no Grinch types, no Ebenezer. Don't believe this, y'all need Jesus. Sleigh bells ringing, diamonds blinging, carols singing, favorite season. Sleigh bells ringing, diamonds blinging, carols singing, favorite season. They said, Saint Nick, what you got up in that bag, yeah. I got racks in my sack, her in my back, yeah. They said, Saint Nick, what you got up in that bag, yeah. I got racks in my sack, her in my back, yeah. They said, Saint Nick, what you got up in that bag, yeah. I got racks in my sack, her in my back, yeah. They said, Saint Nick, what you got up in that bag. I got racks in my sack, her in my back. Merry Christmas, everybody. Sleigh bells ringing, diamonds blinging, carols singing, favorite season. Sleigh bells ringing, diamonds blinging, carols singing, favorite season. They said, Saint Nick, what you got up in that bag, yeah. I got racks in my sack, her in my back, yeah. They said, Saint Nick, what you got up in that bag, yeah. I got racks in my sack, her in my back, yeah. Snowfall frozen, neck is frozen, catch me rolling, I'm the chosen. Snow is falling, Elfie's calling, check my list twice, most of y'all done. Sleigh bells ringing, diamonds blinging, carols singing, favorite season. Sleigh bells ringing, diamonds blinging, carols singing, favorite season. They say, Saint Nick, what you got up in that bag, yeah. I got racks in my sack, her in my back, yeah. They said, Saint Nick, what you got up in that bag, yeah. I got racks in my sack, her in my back, yeah. Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, and Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donner, and Blitzen. No, I can't forget about the one with the red nose. When I fly high, my sleigh still stay 10 toes. Bring the beat, bring the trees, bring the cheese. Put the lights up, 'tis the season. Need no Grinch types, no Ebenezer. Don't believe this, y'all need Jesus. Sleigh bells ringing, diamonds blinging, carols singing, favorite season. Sleigh bells ringing, diamonds blinging, carols singing, favorite season. They said, Saint Nick, what you got up in that bag, yeah. I got racks in my sack, her in my back, yeah. They said, Saint Nick, what you got up in that bag, yeah. I got racks in my sack, her in my back, yeah. They said, Saint Nick, what you got up in that bag, yeah. I got racks in my sack, her in my back, yeah. They said, Saint Nick, what you got up in that bag? I got racks in my sack or in my bag. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Hold up, I am on my way, I'm in motion. Let's go to the ocean, yeah, let's go outside. We can hang out on the beach without freezing. Yeah, isn't that amazing? In Christmas times, we'll be chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sand. You ready? Doesn't matter, it is Christmas in my heart. And I can promise Santa's coming to visit. No, he wouldn't miss this in Christmas times. Oh, and the sun said it is just getting better on a blanket with the skyline painted in blue. Ooh, yeah, that's what we do. We'll be chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sand. You ready? Doesn't matter, it is Christmas in my heart. Here we go. All right. Now this Christmas, we're gonna dance. We're gonna dance. Come on. We're gonna dance, have a good time, dance, all night long. We're gonna dance, and have a good time. I think Santa's gonna come and join us in this song. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sand. You ready? Doesn't matter, it is Christmas in my heart.
All for Christmas, all the happy smiles and the wishes. Open fire from the light till the mistletoe. And as soon as you remove that snow, I'll keep you warm. But tell me one thing: is there anything you're missing? We will be alright. This holiday will open our minds. I only want to be close to you. No one else here does what you do. Let's start a fire, it's getting cold. Let's make a present for us to show you and me is destiny. As we dance, we get chills for free. Just to know that I'm not alone. Let's meet the sun, it's getting cold.
Welcome into Hand Raise, guys. Neal McCready, Chase Parham here with you on this December 23rd.
Christmas Eve, I believe.
Christmas
is the way we'll do it.
Eve, yep. I got to pull up Audition. Knew there's something I'd forgotten to do.
So we can record this thing.
So before we start the show, Presley says we need better music on here.
That was all McCready over there.
Here's the
I don't
thing.
know.
So we can't just pull up anything we want.
YouTube would frown upon that.
So I have a subscription to Epidemic Sound, I think is what it's called, and they give you music that you can use, and without it being a copyright violation.
Yeah.
So you're somewhat limited as to what you can use. I mean, that's kind of.
I remember when we did it that day. I mean, it just needs to be crowd pleasing to some extent. That's really all we're going.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just shooting for a little bit of a theme. All the choices sound basically the same.
Oh, that one was. I thought the last one was fine.
It was fine.
It was okay.
There was 10 choices.
It gets everybody sort of in the mood a little bit.
I picked a few, I mean, it's not a super expensive subscription, so you get what you pay for.
You get what you get right there.
Yeah.
I mean, look, we're not buying rights to anything, so
no. So I mean,
we're like the Wonder Years back in the day. Hey, we got to pay for that? No, we're good. No box set.
I mean, I pay for it. It's like $16 a month or something like that, but
it's the problem when I don't know why we're talking about this right now. When Wonder Years was finally released as like a box set or whatever, like legally, because I've got the China bootleg version that actually has the real music on it, but the one that finally did come out, it's got different songs in all the places because they weren't going to pay for the crazy rights of basically taking every popular song from the 60s or 70s or whatever it was, you know what I mean, and putting that in. So, yeah.
All right, I'm gonna hit the button on Audition. Here we go. It's hit.
Well, welcome into this Christmas Eve edition of the Oxford Exxon podcast. Hand raise, guys, whatever you call it. We've already done this. We've been with you for a couple minutes. If you were just hanging in, but nonetheless, we'll be up in podcast form. We're going to talk about, I don't know, something for a little while. That's really all I got right now. I don't know how long we're going. I don't know what we're doing, but we're going to hang out with you. Neal's wearing a Santa Claus hat. We're going to just kind of chill. We're going to do whatever you want to do. So that is the plan on this rainy Oxford evening. It has been coming down with a drizzle for most of the afternoon and evening. Hope all of you people are enjoying your Christmas holiday. Christmas Eve tomorrow, Christmas Day 2 days away. We've had a big thread about what everybody's cooking on the board and a lot of other stuff. So merry whatever your holiday is. Happy holidays as Christmas gets here. We've been discussing our Christmas music in our intro and the fact that we're not paying for rights for anything. We're just doing, except for the crappy stuff that we are playing. That's what we pay for. So we're doing that. What wine bottle do you have over there? What is that?
First of all, thanks to Robert Mack. That's very nice of you. He says, I want to thank you guys and all the people here in the chat for making my Thursdays and Saturdays sort of normal. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you, Robert.
Absolutely.
It's a Cabernet. It's called the Big Red Monster. It's Paso Robles. But it's not really a Cabernet. It's kind of a blend.
Okay.
It's got Cabernet, Petit Verdot, Petit Syrah, and something else that I can't read without my glasses, which are in my truck. So it's pretty good. I started it last night. Just had a little glass.
Okay.
At the end of whatever else it was that I was drinking last night. So it's been an expensive week here in the McCready house. Thank you, Webb. Webb says, Santa Neal, give us some good recruiting stories now that it's over somewhat. Merry
Webb,
Christmas.
you are MVP for the year for
Yep.
sure, as we are on December 23rd here. So appreciate you as always.
Absolutely. So I'm a clean freak, as you know.
I am.
And
To the point that right before we started the show, Neal just had I don't know what it was. It was like a couple books and a couple pieces of paper over on the desk here in the Clark Ford studio, and he was determined that those had to move and get them out of the way a minute ago. It was a little OCD, I'll be honest. It was just a touch abnormal.
I totally own that. But I swept. We have 2 Labrador Retrievers. They're in the house a lot. We swept, and I went to vacuum, and the vacuum was not sucking it up. And it's an old vacuum. And so I immediately said, okay, nope. Take care of that. I got on Amazon, ordered a vacuum cleaner. It got here today, which was great because I pulled it out, got it set up, and kind of got my stress relieved.
What'd you get?
It was a Bissell something or another. Yeah, it was good. So anyway,
You didn't do the Dyson experience and just pay the bit.
no.
Okay,
I mean, our previous one was a Dyson.
okay.
This one, I needed one that would get here now.
You couldn't wait.
No.
Okay.
So I got it, did that, and then today we had somebody come out. You've heard the washing machine when it runs,
Yeah. I
where
have.
it sounds like O'Hare.
Yeah.
And so the guy came today to look at it, and he's like, well, I mean, I could fix it, but it would be cheaper for you just to buy a new one.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we run 22 loads a day in this house. And so I was like, F it, let's just go buy one. And so
You've done that
we ventured out.
and
ventured out and bought a washing machine today that's getting delivered Saturday. So it's been a day. But you know what? I was kind of proud of myself because I thought if this had happened to me in March, I would have been really stressed out. And after all that we've been through in 2020, I was just like, yeah, let's just go buy it.
I had the Dyson stick pet one for a really long time, and actually it messed up, and Dyson had to just give credits because that one's not even being made anymore. They don't even do that one or whatever one it was. So it turned into a deal.
My plan, Laura doesn't know this yet.
Gulf Coast Rep, thank you very much. Merry Christmas, everyone. You guys are the best in the biz. Appreciate that. Bring on 2021 LFG, which 3 letters we've seen a pretty good bit over the last year as well. But Gulf Coast Rep, thanks for always hanging out and chilling with us as well.
So my plan is to get another one and probably get a better one and put the one that we just bought upstairs.
Okay. Yeah.
So, and have a backup vacuum in the event that you have a disaster.
I had a question up here. Somebody asking me, James, Wishays, what is the normal price range for Widow Jane 10? I've actually never bought 10 in a store. I think it's around $65. I think that's right. I think it's.
I never see it in the store.
Yeah, it takes a little bit. I think it's the 60 or 65. The 10 is very good. I have no problem with it. It's really in the category with probably the Woodford Doubled Oak is kind of where I would throw that as far as where I like it. The 12 is fantastic. Widow Jane 12 was my favorite bourbon last year. Is it the 14 or the 15? Steve was here to tell me. Whichever one. I did not like that one very much. The 10 and the 12 have been my favorite, with the 12 being absolutely the best. But yeah, somewhere in that range is where that's going to retail if you can find it. But it is quickly not becoming a retail bourbon.
Ken says he got it for 68.
Fine. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, somewhere in there. If that means they're not marking it up on you, because you're going to see it some places if it really kind of gets popular and takes off, they're going to push that thing to 80, 85, 90 before it's over. So, yeah, it is not done what my favorite rye, the Midwinter Dram, which has taken off and gotten stupid. You used to get that thing at like 85 a bottle all day long. Thing's like 140 now, 120, 140.
So who is it that makes people wish me a happy birthday? My birthday's still a couple weeks away, but thank you. Who is it that makes the birthday bourbon that is so popular that you never can find?
Yeah, Old Forester does that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've never found it anywhere.
No,
I've always told myself if I see it, I'll buy it.
You're not going to.
Okay.
Yeah, you are not going to get that on the just on the shelf unless somebody has absolutely no idea what they're doing.
It's gone.
Yeah. It's an allocated bourbon that you're
Gotcha.
not going to locate. You're gonna have to get that either. You're gonna know somebody, get really lucky on a shelf, or you're gonna have to win it in one of the raffles or auctions or things that they do around here from time to time. So
I did when I went to Amazon. Went to vacuum cleaner pet hair. Wanted one that would pull up pet hair.
yeah, no, that's the thing.
I love Gus and Rizzo, but damn.
Gulf Coast, that's pretty good. But the dram for $99 is still really good. I can't find it anywhere at $99. I got a couple buddies that will get cases in for places, but even they're charging me over that because it's what they're getting it from a case standpoint.
Jacob French says, what are y'all hearing on Deke Adams replacements? Anything new on the Muschamp rumors? Merry Christmas to both of y'all. Thank you, Jacob. Merry Christmas to you. So I'll touch a couple things real quick, and then I'll answer your question. I do want to say we're coming to you from the Clark Ford Studios. Clark Ford's in Amory, Mississippi, 662-257-1900. Call that number, ask for Corey Clark. Tell Corey what Ford product you're looking for. He'll send you a quote within 15 minutes in business hours. And we're brought to you tonight, and guests join us. You guys will join us later on the Rafters Music and Food hotline. Rafters Music and Food is open today. I should have asked Hudson, are they open tomorrow? But they'll be open this weekend. If you're hanging around, watching the start of the bowl season, watching NBA, which has started tonight. I've got the Raptors and Pelicans on tonight in here. Had Wizards and Sixers on as well. The Thunder were supposed to open their season 11 minutes ago, but the Rockets are coveted and strip clubbed out of the game.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, so we haven't talked since then. So I'll pat myself on the back. I broke that Deke Adams had been let go. I've not heard specificity on names. Here's what I hear is likely. And I want to stress those words, here and likely. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't think this is done. I think there will be more changes on the defensive side of the ball. I think there could be a change or two on the offensive side of the ball. I think this staff's going to look different at some point soon. Now, obviously, Ole Miss plays a bowl game in 10 days.
Sure.
So you're not going to do it in those 10 days in all likelihood. But I think you'll see change. There's rumors, and this is not from anyone at Ole Miss, but there's rumors that Lane Kiffin would like to bring his brother Chris onto the staff.
Correct.
Chris is the defensive line coach with the San Francisco 49ers.
Correct.
You would know this better than me. I'm a little out of touch the last few days. Thank you, Kevin. It's very nice. Kevin Butler says, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Tupelo story. I've told that story before. I'll tell it again. I don't mind. I'll get to it in a little bit if just someone remind me. But, I'll tell the Tupelo story. It's just kind of funny. So he wants to the rumor is he wants to bring Kiffin in. Now, that's not the only rumor. And I think for Chris to come, Chris would have to be a coordinator.
At least need the title.
Right.
We're not saying he's calling all the plays. We're saying he would need that from a title salary standpoint.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we'll see on that. Now, that's not the only rumor that's out there. There's another rumor that's out there that I'm curious to see what happens. And you guys fill me in because Chase was asking me about, did I see something going on today? And I was like, no, dude, I've been out. I'm washing machine shopping. I still think change is probable at Tennessee. Did he make it through the day?
He made it through the day.
Pruitt?
Yeah.
I still think change is probable at Tennessee. If it does happen, I think Alabama will hire Jeremy Pruitt as its defensive coordinator. There's obviously a couple of defensive names that are out there. The two names that are out there that I've heard a lot, and now again, this is coaching buzz, is Will Muschamp and Al Golden.
Okay. The second one was what I was wondering if you were going to say that
Okay.
or not.
Yeah,
Okay.
why not?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Screw it.
Yeah.
Golden is the former Temple coach, former Miami coach. He's currently an analyst at Alabama. He's one of the latest in the Nick Saban reclamation projects.
Correct.
He's highly thought of as a defensive coach. Obviously, Will Muschamp is highly thought of as a defensive coach.
And Will's name was always going to pop out because he's unemployed and he's in the text group and the whole deal. And it was always going to be a rumor no matter what the validity was.
Will's wife went to Ole Miss.
Yeah, I think say there's a connection there in a weird in a way.
I don't know how big of a deal that is or isn't. Before anybody says, what does that mean? I don't know. I mean, honestly. So I don't know. We'll see. You know, I don't – my gut reaction so far is that I don't think you're going to see a straight Deke Adams is out, here's the new defensive line coach.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if it happens tomorrow, y'all can go, hey, you're really disconnected, and I'll go, okay.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, you know, covering Lane Kiffin is different. Covering Lane Kiffin in a pandemic is really different. My sourcing on that was completely outside of Ole Miss, so – but it was right, and everything else that I've heard kind of stacks up a little bit, but we'll see. There are other chips that have to fall. Tennessee has to get settled one way or the other. Either Pruitt gets another year and some things settle down, or Pruitt gets on the market as a defensive coordinator. Derek Mason's on the market as a defensive coordinator. There's a ton of LSU buzz around Derek Mason,
really?
yeah,
Okay.
in the coaching circles. Auburn just made a hire with Brian Harsin from Boise, which is another topic that is absolutely fascinating because Alan Green just said, I've got big ones. I might fire myself, but I'm not. You guys are not going to dictate what I do, because you dictated what I did, and now you're not going to dictate what I do. And all I can say is, Alan, cheers.
I am the captain, by God. Here we go.
I don't know how long that's going to last. But
Because talk about who you're pissing off. I mean,
you pissed
you
off
just went-
some serious money. You pissed off some real money.
well, and it's not even like, a lot of the guys give to like everything. Like, I don't think Jimmy Rain gives to anything but athletics. Like, he's not like an Auburn engineering school booster. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just athletics.
Chad, I'm not saying that Lane would hire Will Muschamp because Will's wife went to Ole Miss. I'm saying Will might consider going to Ole Miss as a coordinator in part because his wife has connections there.
Yeah.
I mean, don't.
Lane's not pulling up the Ole Miss alumni database and going,
Lane-
hey, who can we pull in here and bring in as coordinator?
Lane gives less of a shit about who went to Ole Miss than I do. So you can put that aside. We'll see. I don't know. It's too early. There's always a coaching turnover right after the bowls during the coaching convention, which this year is going to be virtual, which is weird. I anticipate the same again this year. I think it's going to get weird. We'll see. I don't know. And then you've got guys on the Ole Miss staff that are potentially coveted elsewhere as coordinators. Mm-hmm. For example, I kind of think Ole Miss dodged a bullet a little bit. When had Kevin Steele gotten the Auburn job, I can say this now, I can tell you one of Kevin Steele's very first calls was going to be Jeff Lebby.
Yeah.
So I talked to Keith Carter on yesterday? I don't know. The days are weird.
Yesterday.
And Keith reiterated what Chase and I have both independently heard, which is that Ole Miss and Lane are very close to a new deal. I've heard some specific numbers for assistant coaches on new contracts. Ole Miss is absolutely stepping up. I think there's a capital campaign that's getting launched at some point in the next 6 or 7 months would be my guess. Maybe earlier than that. I don't know. They're doing everything that, and like, I don't even want to get into the whole Auburn thing. Lane Kiffin was never a real candidate at Auburn, and I don't think Lane Kiffin ever was really interested in Auburn. It's my opinion. A couple of phone calls got made, and that stirred some things. Stirred the rumor mill. Mm-hmm. But the Auburn deal got weird, and then it ended. That Auburn deal was crazy. People were talking about Hugh Freeze at 4 o'clock, and at about 4:30 it was Brian Harsin.
Okay, question, 2 things. One, I was asked earlier in the thread, the Willett Potts deal is not like Willett Family Estate, so don't go crazy spending money on the Potts deal.
Okay.
It's nowhere near the same product. Yes, I'm keeping an eye on the dollar amount. We said $500 for the suckers. We've had that deal all year. We'll stick to it. We're currently $254.97. So there's your update on that. So yeah. Sorry, what were we talking about? Oh, Auburn. So
We were talking about a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
We mostly were talking about Ole Miss just
maybe
then.
you can answer the question here. Two things. Look, kudos to Green, because we've been talking about this for a while. How everybody else running the search. We made fun of that little committee. No, he just took charge.
Mark Angelo's right, by the way.
Well, no, that's what I was getting at.
Hugh Freeze was talking
that's where I
about
was
Hugh
going.
Freeze, yeah.
The timing made it where everybody that went with that, you went, Hugh just told you.
Yep.
Like, they got outed by the timing of the whole deal. Because even if it's a day or two later, okay, maybe, sure, threw a Hail Mary and just, no, it was Freeze just talking. Because when they announced Harsin at like 4:35 and Pete Thamel, credit to him, breaks it and that whole deal, and at like 4:10, it's like, hey, they called Hugh Freeze. Like, no, they didn't.
How many times did I tell you during those years that the worst source on Hugh Freeze stuff was Hugh Freeze?
Yeah. You can always get something now.
Oh, no
Yeah,
doubt.
but hey,
No doubt.
so
Just looking to make sure the suckers were there.
psych.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure they're there. Well, the reason that Hugh Freeze made sense at Auburn was because Hugh Freeze,
Do we have milk in case?
I think so.
Because, I mean,
I
in
know-
all honesty, they are made with peppers.
I know in this house there's tons of almond milk.
Does that do the same?
Beats the hell out of
Is that a
me.
base?
I don't know.
I
If
don't
there
either.
is any milk, it's just like some skim milk. There's no whole milk in this house.
Well, yeah, I don't drink it either.
Okay.
I only have almond milk in the house, but okay. I'm sorry, Grind. I hadn't missed this. What do you think about Harson? I know you probably answered this question 7,000 times in the thread, but I'm just kind of curious. But Grind says he had to give his family a Brian Harson tutorial. I think a lot of Auburn households probably had that thought. There they are.
They're here.
What are they called? The devil something?
The toe of Satan.
The toe of Satan. Sorry. Had it close to right. I'm not nervous. I mean, whatever. It's all good.
Yeah, I mean.
Jake says use a spoonful of sour cream. I'd rather burn.
Oh, you don't like sour cream?
Oh, no.
Oh, really?
If you put it in a casserole or something, you have to not tell me.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I like sour cream.
Presley, how does everybody feel about the movie Elf? It's fine. I have no problem with Elf. It's a good Christmas movie.
Solid movie.
Yeah, I'm not going to put it like at the top of my podium, but I'm all good on Elf.
See, Avery's just trolling right now. Mayo would probably help with the heat. Yeah.
It probably would.
I don't care. Rather, no thanks.
264.97. Ryan just trying to get us to be in pain more than anything else. Ryan says he really likes to hire. So,
Oh.
okay. I mean, it's not a bad hire. I mean, it's fascinating from the standpoint of crap. It's fascinating. I see Marshall. Marshall's been with us for a long time. Good to see
Marshall
you
has been
tonight.
with us a long time. Good dude.
Yeah.
Hilden contributes a couple of dollars to the pain.
My little thing has not updated yet off that one. So, has yours?
No, not yet.
Yeah, mine hasn't either. So we'll see
It
in
will.
a minute when it comes through.
All I can tell you is the Auburn people were super excited last night. Did you see that Jay's thing? Good God in
Okay.
heaven!
I mean, I don't really even mean the super chat thing. Just in general,
You know what it was?
what was it?
Here's what it was.
Yeah, because I mean, like I said,
No,
it
it
wasn't
was-
like Jay went crazy and broke something. All
No.
credit to him.
Grind's gonna agree with me here.
Okay, sure.
This was we the people, meaning we the Auburn people. We rose up and stopped this, and they absolutely did, Chase. They stopped it. It was going to be Kevin Steele, and they stopped it. And then they got somebody that wasn't a good old boy hire. Brian Harson's been very successful at Boise. Does that automatically mean he'll be successful at Auburn? Of course not.
Mm-hmm.
But Brian Harson's not indebted to Jimmy Rain and Harbert and all of the Auburn people, and he's not going to be an Auburn guy. He's not going to be one of those guys. He's going to come in and be a football coach. And that's what they wanted. What they were celebrating last night was we won, we beat the boosters, we beat the big money, we didn't get stuck with a coup.
Sure.
We stopped the coup.
Okay.
They were excited.
Yeah, sure.
And when you put it in that context, I'm kind of like, hey, good for them. I get it. I get why they were excited. Everybody's like, why are they so excited about Brian Hartson? I'm like, well, it's a little deeper than that. Ooh, we're there.
Oh, we are.
Yeah. Yeah, Robert says they did what Ole Miss did for Lane Kiffin.
They
What-
hope that
what
it's the
this
start
site-
of
what this site did for Lane Kiffin, what this podcast did for Lane Kiffin. And we play around about this.
Yeah, y'all were over 500. Now you're just beating the hell out of it.
I mean, if you'd like to get to 1,000, I'm good with it. I'll just tell you. But no, that's what happened. It was a revolution. When the revolution wins, the people that do the revolution celebrate. Auburn had a revolution. Give their fans credit. Their fans put their foot down.
Is it going to be? Does it feel though like that is moving forward where they still are? Like, does it feel like, hey, this is not just to get the hire done, but is that where they are as a university and a program moving forward? Because there's a difference,
Well, yeah, we'll see. I don't
Yeah.
know. I mean, it feels like a line of demarcation.
right?
Look, Auburn is a big school. It's grown a lot. They have a lot of young alumni who are like, what are we doing? Let's actually try to win. Kevin Steele was And look, it's a funny thing when people go, well, it's not my $21 million. And I get it. But you're going to pay $21 million? $21 million to fire Gus Malzahn and to hire Kevin Steele?
At least they got a bargain on Harson's buyout, so save them a little cash.
Yeah. But Harsin gets to hire his own staff, is my understanding.
Harson's career is going to be just replacing Gus a couple times.
But he has a really good resume.
Yeah, no.
He has a really solid resume.
My only worry at all with Harsin would be simply that they slipped off the Peterson level. But, I mean, hell, it's so hard to keep that up. And it's just, college football has changed so much in the last 7, 8, 9, 10 years.
My initial reaction to it was, damn, that's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Now, some of that was because look at what a train wreck it appeared to be. Because I thought they were just trying to wear down their fans and hire Kevin Steele anyway.
Yeah.
To which I was going to be like, hey, good luck with that in your deal. But they made a good hire. I mean, is he Mario Cristobal? Probably not. But Mario Cristobal wasn't taking that job. That was you got a little bit of agent play. And this was what was interesting, and we're not pausing here, I promise. Although I do want us to be able to talk at some point. So if we do this and then we can't talk anymore, it's going to make the show kind of tough.
Yeah, has anyone done this in the stream to know, like, can we finish the show?
Yeah, like, do we need to do this at the end when we're finished?
Because I know nothing about these things.
Thank you, Dax Barron with a super chat. Thanks, buddy. He says Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you, Dax.
Yeah, like, what are we dealing with here? I mean, I'm just curious.
I don't know Peterson. I don't know what he'll do. Peterson's at Washington. Yeah, he's there now. Tyler says end of show.
Yeah, everything I'm reading says that it's going to be very hard to continue.
Okay.
Should that be the case.
All right.
Yeah. To the point of, is the toe of Satan dangerous? And the answer is yes, it's extremely spicy. When trying this lollipop, be sure to exercise extreme caution. The intense heat from the candy can cause mouth irritation, make your eyes and nose water, and cause discomfort of the throat.
Oh, great.
Just reading. That was.
Webb says it's painful.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Mexican Narwhal says get a glass of milk ready.
Okay.
I'll make sure.
It's 9 million Scoville units. We're not stopping.
I'd like to reach out to all of the people who have reached out and expressed their condolences about the ULM situation today. I'm asking if we have milk.
What did I say it was a second ago? Did I say 9 million?
9 million Scovilles.
Okay. The only on the Carolina Reaper is only 2.2 million. Standard pepper spray is 5.3 million.
Oh dear God.
I mean, I'm just telling you.
What's Tabasco for reference?
Oh, hell.
It's nothing, right?
Jalapeno Scovilles, 2,500 to 8,000.
And this is 9 million?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
No, I don't know how the scale works per se, but
yeah, Avery, did you see I know you did, the ULM graphic announcing Terry Bowden as the new coach? They put like Arizona behind him. They had mountains. Monroe's in the Louisiana Delta. The land couldn't be more flat. They put mountains behind him. I'm like, when did you guys build the mountains?
I didn't see this.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a little nervous now.
Yeah.
Like it's taking my thought and my attention now, I'll be honest.
Oh,
like
yeah, I'm with you.
I'm a little distracted at this point.
I'm with you.
The challenge is
Frank Webb says, do not do it.
I mean, look. We're not biting into it. I mean, we're gonna test the water and see how it goes and love all y'all and let you do whatever, but yeah.
The mountains of Monroe, which is great. Terry Bowden. In all honesty, hell, they'd have been better off hiring me. I would have at least been funny.
Oh, he did a quality job at Akron, didn't he?
I don't know.
It does feel like giving up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's surrender.
It's like, okay.
F it. How old's Terry Bowden now? 70? I covered Terry Bowden.
There's no way he's 70, is it?
Driscoll Mountain.
64.
Yeah.
Yeah, 64. Yeah, I watch Hot Ones on YouTube a lot. It's good. It's a really good show. That's what I'm saying. I don't know that they've gone through something to this level.
Is it
There's not a number to bite into.
Is there even? Can you even bite into this thing?
Well, I mean, I haven't. I mean, hand me mine.
Sorry.
This is where the people that listen on the podcast tomorrow are going, what are they doing?
Yeah, what are they doing?
All right. The Toe of Satan Challenge. From Flamethrower Candy Company comes to possibly the hottest candy on the planet. Do you dare attempt to conquer the sinister lollipop? The Toe of Satan has been spawned from a devastating 9 million Scoville unit chili extract guaranteed to scorch any mortal's tongue. Can you survive the first... Okay, so the challenge is, can you survive 5 minutes of intense heat?
So you don't have to eat the whole thing.
The goal is to put it in your mouth for 5 minutes.
And leave it in your mouth for 5 minutes?
The back of the box says that's the challenge. Now, is that going to happen? I highly, highly, highly doubt it. But that is what the box says.
You lose feeling at 3 minutes?
Oh, is that what it says?
That's what it says. Oh, my God. And they make it in St. Louis, which is the home of Satan.
Yeah, this product is extremely spicy and has potential to cause skin or mouth irritation. The Toe of Satan is intended for use by adults only and should be kept out of reach of children and pets. This product contains high amounts of pure chili extract and is to be handled with extreme caution. Gus? Gus?
No, don't do that to my don't do that to my Gussie. No. Someone says, tell Laura to go buy 2 blow pops. We'll never know.
That's true.
Don't, you're not hurting my Gus now. Santa Claus is going to be good to Gus. Can you smell it?
No, that's what and I'm unwrapping it because we're obviously going to. I can't unwrap it.
Corey says it cures COVID. Yeah, like if I do this, will I even be able to taste anything on Christmas Day?
Oh, do you think it's like going to catch?
Well, I'm asking. Does it like kill your taste buds for like 3 days?
I don't know.
Yeah, I wouldn't subject Carson to this. I would just pay him $100 myself so he wouldn't have to do it. Jimmy the Elf came tonight. Our elf.
Oh, tonight's the night for
He
that?
came tonight. Yep. Brought Carson some soccer cleats, and he brought the girls earrings. Pretty cool elf. Can you smell it?
Doesn't smell like anything. Honestly, I'm kind of scared to touch it much. I'm trying to keep it off my hands and my fingers.
Because I wear contacts. Like I can't
my
touch
God.
it. That's the worst. The absolute worst is when you handle like raw jalapenos and you forget to properly wash your hands and you take your contacts out and your eyes just are on fire.
Okay, whatever. Well, it will be what it will be.
Is that really Campbell? Campbell says she'd do it for $100. I don't know if that's really her. I will say that Campbell's all about the money.
So it's a possibility that would be enough.
He says tomorrow you'll be screaming for ice cream. So it's still hurting the next day?
I mean,
Holy. Yeah, Jimmy the Elf, he's been our family elf for years now. He writes great letters.
yeah.
He's got his own stationery and everything. Oh, Campbell says that is her.
So, Robert, you've done this before?
Campbell's raised her price to $200.
Somebody says have Tums handy. I mean,
Tums, really? That was my next question. Does it cause like digestive issues?
I I almost boycott TBS for whatever channel it is for the year because of that stupid Christmas Story being on for 24 hours. It's my problem with it. It's not bad. It just oversaturates and shouldn't be the movie that goes for 24 hours. That's all. That's
Right.
the problem.
It's fine if you just play it at 10 a.m. on Saturday.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, Indiana's a tough matchup.
Yeah.
Their quarterback being out. So
Well, Ole Miss has everybody out. Everybody's out.
And Indiana's probably going to come out a lot like TCU in 14. You feel like they're going to be very motivated for this football game.
Yeah, they're pissed.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah. I don't like Ole Miss's chances. I'm just being honest. I would like it if Elijah were playing and Kenny were playing.
It'd be a fun game.
And Braylon was out
It'd be
there.
a really, really fun game.
I'm not super
We
positive.
don't know how healthy Ely is.
Yeah,
I'm fairly certain.
I don't hear good things.
This could be some sort of placebo effect or something, but I don't think so. I think my eyes are starting to water because this thing's just open next to me.
Well, literally, I accidentally touched my eye just then, and it's burning, and I'm like, what in the hell? Oh, jeez.
Here's the problem with this: is I actually want to get it over with, but I know we can't keep talking afterwards. So,
Well, and a couple people have made reference to
so what? Some issues.
digestive issues.
I mean, look, I'm not biting off any of it.
No.
I mean, whatever's there is just simply whatever. Oh boy. I mean,
Speaking of bills, I'm going to pay a few here. The
Yeah.
College Corner has been great to us all year. We'll have picks up again next week. I think you won picks by one game last week, so congratulations.
did I?
Yep. College
Okay.
Corner is your one-stop Rebel Shop, 2 locations in the Jackson area in Ridgeland. It's next to Fleet Feet in Flowood. It's next to Half Shell. You can also go to collegecornerstore.com. You can go to deadsoxy.com, 35% off with the promo code Holiday Pro. That's Holiday Pro. We're also brought to you by Pinnacle Trust. They're based in Madison, Mississippi. They've got clients in more than 20 states, advisors in multiple states. It's pintrust.com, P-I-N-N trust.com. Big thanks to Stacy Wall and Martin Palomo and all the people at Pinnacle Trust for all that they do for us at MPW Digital. We're also brought to you by John Edwards, Regency Travel Incorporated in Memphis. I had a drink with Paul, John's brother, the other day. He brought both of us a bottle of bourbon. John's based in Memphis. If you're thinking about traveling in the summer, you're saying, hey, I think this pandemic's almost over. The vaccine's going to change the game. Now's the time to book your trip, if you believe that, because there's all sorts of deals you can get. 901-494-3387 or jedwards@regencytravel.net. First-time clients get $50 off their first book trip just by telling John you heard about Regency Travel on the podcast. Grenada Nissan's been with us since the beginning. I think they're actually our very first sponsor. It's GrenadaNissanUSA.com.
They certainly have the most longevity.
If you're in the market for a Nissan vehicle, please go see Gene and Stacy and the people at Grenada Nissan. Gene and Sandy, I should say, the people at Grenada Nissan. It's GrenadaNissanUSA.com. And with the holidays upon us and 2021 just days away, our friends at Blue Delta Jeans want to take a quick moment to thank the entire Rebel Grove community for your friendship and support in 2020. And although the time has passed to receive Blue Delta's, I didn't put it in my mouth yet, I'm thinking about it, Blue Delta's holiday package in the mail in time for Christmas, please don't forget that Blue Delta Jeans gift cards can be purchased and redeemed anytime by visiting the Oxford studio or BlueDeltaJeans.com. So if you're just now remembering that you forgot to get that one last gift, don't wait. Visit the site. Finish your shopping today.
Podcast is brought to you by Visit Oxford, visitoxfordms.com. Appreciate them helping us out with the Oxford Eats all football season. Obviously, bowl game January 2nd, 11:30 a.m. for Indiana. But if you're coming into town, hotels, restaurants for New Year's Eve, take advantage of those now. A lot of restaurants open. Some even just doing the right thing and serving their normal menus. Some with set menus if that's your thing. You can find a lot of different options for both of those. We'll put a full list on the site at rebelgrove.com. And also, if you're planning on staying in town, hotels in town are open. Call directly instead of using the services. You'll get some better rates. You'll get some different specials and things if you call the hotels directly in town. So, again, to find out all the different information you need about New Year's Eve and every single day, visit oxfordms.com.
All right, phone lines are open if you want to call. We'd love to hear from you. It's your show. Phone line is it's open. I've got it up on the site, I think. Yeah, there it is. Oh, yeah, the Tupelo story. So Carson had
This was 4 years ago?
this was
15 or 16.
16. Almost beat Alabama in 14 and almost beat them in 16.
Okay.
So this was the Friday night before the 16 game. Carson had a soccer tournament in Tupelo, and he had a game on Friday night, and then he had a game early on Saturday morning. And Campbell went with us as well because Campbell, one of her good friends, Olivia, lives in Tupelo. She's now, I guess Olivia's a junior at Mississippi State. All right, I'm going to call her. I'm going to pull you up, but just hang tight. Caller, you there?
Hey, Neal, it's Webb. How are you?
Hey, Webb, I'm good. Hang tight real quick. I'm going to finish the story, then we'll come to you, okay?
Roger.
All right. So Campbell was going to hang out with Olivia. I was going to take Campbell to Olivia's house on Saturday and let her hang out while Carson played soccer, and then I was going to pick her up, and we were going to come back to – I think we were going to come back to Oxford because I was going to cover the game. And so on Friday night, we went to the game, covered the game. I went to Carson's game, all that stuff. We went back to the hotel. We got something to eat, went back to the we were headed back to the hotel to go to bed. And we get on the elevator, and the guy who fired me at WNSP is on the elevator. Big Alabama booster. He used to NCAA should have dug into him, let's put it that way. He's on the elevator, and it's this awkward moment. He's on there with whichever wife it is for him now, like his 6th or 8th or 12th. I don't know which one. And they're on there. It's me and Carson and Campbell and him and his wife. And he turns, and he puts his hands on Carson's shoulders.
I remember this, yeah.
And I guess Campbell would have been 15. I guess Campbell could sense like something shift in me.
Could you just?
Because I informed him that he needed to take his hands off my son.
In the elevator?
Yes. And so the elevator stops, and we get off, or they get off at their floor, and his wife is like, well, it's great seeing you, and it was really bad. So anyway, I was kind of freaked out. I mean, I wanted to go find where he was and go, brawl, because it was just first time I'd seen him since that day. And then the next day, I'm at Carson's game, and that was the day that I got scammed. Someone called the hotel, and they ended up.
I forgot that.
Remember that? They ended up they got Campbell on the phone in the hotel, and so Campbell calls me. They call me, and they're able to tell me what room I'm in, my daughter's name, all these things, and that my credit card wasn't working, and that if I didn't come back right away and fix it, that I would have to, Campbell would get kicked out of the room. And I'm just not thinking clearly. It's also pouring down rain in Tupelo at that moment. Mm-hmm. And I'm soaked, and I'm at Carson's game, which just started, and like an idiot, I panicked, and I gave the idiot my credit card. And, of course, within 20 minutes, they'd put $1,000, or actually more than that, on the account. And so it was a disaster. The whole day, I spent the entire first half of that Ole Miss Alabama game on the phone with the Tuscaloosa police. It turned out it was a sting. They discovered where it was. It was a jail in Alabama that was operating a scam, and I was a victim.
Right.
Got all my money back, but it was crazy.
It might have been before 16. It might have been 14 or 15.
No, it was 16.
We were doing shows at Steele's because you were in Tupelo anyway, but we had a show that week, right?
I remember because Ole Miss almost ended up coming back and winning the game.
Okay.
And I was like, thank God, because if the first half mattered, I didn't see a play because I had to leave the press box and go out into the lobby area to talk to the police the whole time.
Yeah, that's right. Webb's on.
Okay. Hey, Webb, sorry. What's up?
No, it's fine, guys. Just sitting here with my wife, Wendy. Just wanted to wish y'all a Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, y'all.
Merry Christmas to you, Wendy.
And you guys have a wonderful time. And I'm going to say a prayer for you because I had a junior officer take one of what you're about to eat and saw him cry for about 10 minutes.
Oh, no.
We're not getting very good
some
reviews
kind of weird
here.
tongue, but we're going to enjoy it and look forward to grind tonight. And thank you guys for everything. And really appreciate it.
Well, really appreciate you. Thanks for all that you've done for us and for all your support. We really appreciate it. Hope that both of you and your families have a very Merry Christmas.
Thank you. You also.
Merry Christmas.
All right.
Night, guys.
You too,
Good night.
Thanks.
He was in Tupelo because Alabama was staying in Tupelo, and
He was just there for that.
well, I guess he was there because I guess Alabama was in Memphis, but he was staying in Tupelo because he was coming up for the game. Probably had players that had their palms greased. No telling.
Is that a thing?
It was for him. He's probably no longer big time enough to be one of their big time boosters, but back in the
heyday.
Back in the pre-Saban days, he was certainly there.
Yeah, I know Ole Miss gets a little time, but just how disjointed their offense looked without Braylon against LSU, you just wonder what that looks like.
Well, they had no time to prepare for that, so it was just,
They should have some speed advantages at different spots, obviously. We'll see, but
Kiffin fired Deke Adams. Grind. He's not replaced him yet. I don't know what they'll do for the bowl. I don't get the sense that Ole Miss is going to load up and do major bowl prep. I was actually watching Louisiana Tech get smoked by Georgia Southern today, and both of those teams just kind of treated it like a regular game week.
did they?
I saw
because Ole Miss is going down on Thursday. They're going to keep them pretty, locked in. I mean, they've got COVID stuff to try to make sure the game gets played, and then he's going to let them go out on Saturday night and enjoy Tampa. So they'll stay one extra night in town after the game and then go out and do whatever. Malone, not really. Chris Partridge is the lead recruiter on Taiwan Malone. Grind. If Partridge left for anywhere, that would end the Ole Miss Taiwan Malone situation.
I've had people asking about the shirt. It's Robert somebody. I can't remember. Campbell's a K.O., and so their thing is a skull, so I got it kind of as a shout out to her, I guess. And I was at the time I was thinking I'd wear it to like a dad's weekend or what, but they don't have those anymore because we've all died of COVID. So that's why I've got it.
I'm 100%.
It's a cool shirt too. Robert somebody, I can't think of the name.
I'm 100% sure that this thing is making my eyes irritate.
You think?
Yeah, my eyes are getting.
Well, that's not good, Chase.
Well, I'm aware, and I've had 4 eye surgeries. That's what I need.
Why was he fired? Tyler D asked. My gut reaction to that is he was fired because they are creating room to do something on defense. I don't know whether that's Chris Kiffin. I don't know whether that's Will Muschamp. I don't know whether that's Al Golden. I don't know whether that's somebody who I have not named. I don't know. Mm-hmm. But that's my feeling is it was step one towards something along those lines. Hey, who do we have?
Hey, boys. How y'all doing?
Bubba, Merry Christmas. How are you?
Getting over the Rona, just kind of hanging out. And Mary came down. She came up, and we're going to go over to Celigent tomorrow. And just glad to get rid of my grandson. To be honest, my son-in-law, because I was just about at my wits' end, boys, with him.
What happened?
Yeah, what happened?
Well, you spend 10 days with someone, you kind of, quarantine, you kind of get a little crazy. But
yeah.
Anyway, but that and I had to go through signing day with him around, and you had to hear how great Saban was. But just look forward to grind tonight. I want to hear his thoughts on Auburn. I find it just amusing as all get out. They got their 5th choice, but the rule is, they ain't going to be any good till Saban's done.
Bubba, you're taking a shot at Grind, and literally in the chat as you do it, he says, "Merry Christmas, Bubba." Can't we?
No, I'm wanting to hear him tonight.
Okay.
I'm wanting to hear what he's got to say. So I mean, I just find it funny. Auburn, they didn't get an upgrade on coaches at all. I mean, they should have hired old Mike Leach over there.
Who would you have rather had,
So-
Chase? If you could have Gus Malzahn or Brian Harsin, I would pick Harsin.
Well,
Look, I'm simply
I
just
don't
picking
know.
a coach.
Yeah.
Now, here's the question: do you spend $21 million to get Brian Harsin?
Well-
that's the question.
But the answer is, see, this is where it's weird. This is semantics versus reality, because Auburn University athletics did not spend $21 million.
I understand what you're saying. I get that.
Now, boosters did.
Yeah.
And good for Gus, by the way. I mean,
Yeah,
listen,
whatever.
Gus is like kickback right now. I would hope kickback right now, sipping a glass of expensive wine, just kind of laughing. Like life is good.
Yeah, sure.
I'm going to make $21 million over the next 3.5 years to not work, which is
And
awesome.
I think Grind would tell me, too, that just staying status quo would have been a killer for one more year. Waiting a year.
It had run its course.
Yeah, right.
Hey, how's Diddy? What's Diddy telling you about what's going to happen at Tennessee?
It would. Well, I think old Freeze thinks he's going there. The question is, I don't think Fat Phil wants him. So that's what we've heard from people up in White Pine. But other than that, he's we'll probably have him call in next time I call in. So he's wanting to call in now that football season's over. He just couldn't take it no more. So, and anyway, I told him we lived through Houston Nut and survived, and he'll survive this. So, but
Here's
anyway,
the thing about Hugh Freeze in Tennessee. I need somebody besides one of the shills for Hugh Freeze to tell me that Hugh Freeze is the guy at Tennessee.
Yeah, I think Hugh Freeze thinks he's going to Tennessee. I don't think
but
that.
Hugh Freeze told a lot of people. And this is not meant to bash Hugh Freeze. This is a journalism thing. Chase knows where I'm going here. Hugh Freeze told a lot of journalists, "Hey, I'm way down the road with Auburn," and he was nowhere near down the road with Auburn. He wasn't even on the entrance ramp with Auburn. So he certainly wasn't down the road, but people believed him. And so when I hear that he's way down the road with South Carolina when he wasn't, and when I hear that he's way down the road with Tennessee, I'm a little cynical. I just got to see it. Someone's going to have to show me that, nope, he's in it, because I'm not prepared to believe that just yet. And if I end up being wrong, so be it. But I'm not convinced that I'm wrong.
Whereas same we say in the family that Daddy's always said that denial is not just a river in Egypt. He's in denial, boys.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
I
get where Daddy's coming from, because he was talking a lot. He was talking a lot apparently to people about his affection for Auburn and how he thought he was down the road with Auburn, and something got kicking yesterday about 4:00 about Hugh Freeze and Auburn, because my phone lit up and I talked to people in Alabama and other places about Hugh Freeze, and I look back and I think, I don't think so.
Somebody throw something at us, because a little too bit of symbolism here. Our chat revenue currently is at 666.
Oh, that's not good.
Considering we have the toe of Satan, somebody get us off. Like, no matter what it is, just throw
If it
something
were just
there.
$3 more, it'd be $669, which would be a lot better.
Better than 666.
Yeah, a lot better.
Changes
I'm
the
going to be
dynamic a
praying
lot,
for you
though.
boys with that thing. You end up sounding like me after you eat that thing.
We'll send you
Yeah.
one, Bubba.
Thanks, Bubba. Appreciate your call. Merry Christmas.
All right. Merry Christmas. Y'all have a good night.
You too.
Everybody's requesting you, Ryan. We'll leave the line open. Call in.
No, it's open.
Let's
I'm looking right at it.
Let's talk.
Yeah, Billy Napier has withdrawn from a lot of searches.
Whatever. I mean,
I withdrew from the ULM thing today.
you got it in under the wire.
Barely.
Yeah, hey. What was it? I guess it was yesterday when somebody was like, "Yeah, they narrowed the options or whatever." Oh, it was Auburn. It was like, "Yeah." Every time I asked somebody out in college, I said I narrowed my options when they said no. That's what you did. I narrowed my options.
Thank you, Cole. Cole
Thank you. Yeah.
throws a little our way. Let's see what that does to the total. I think
made me feel
it's going to
better.
get us to 669, which
It
is a
made me
much
feel
better
better.
number.
Yeah, just under the wire there.
Oh, I'd take Matt Luke over Hugh Freeze right now.
For what?
Because I wouldn't get all the crap.
No matter what the job is?
Yep.
Because I think Hugh, wherever he goes, is going to do really well. I talked about this with a buddy today.
Thank you, Ryan Marshall. Appreciate you, buddy.
Years 1, 2, and 3, and then it goes down from there. You know what I mean? I think you will build it. It's just the sustaining is what we've never seen. That's what nobody knows.
Someone said Marquise Watson is the D-line coach for the bowl game. Yeah, it makes sense.
Sure.
That makes sense. Ole Miss is going to try to win the bowl game. I get it, but
it doesn't take precedence over the program. There's a difference.
No. And it doesn't.
Getting in the Outback Bowl is a bigger deal than winning the Outback Bowl.
Yes.
South Carolina's out of a bowl. Tennessee's out of a bowl. LSU obviously didn't make it or was NCAA probation. Air quotes all over the place.
Vin Hensel says, are y'all going to check out Mons Venus in Tampa or Burns Steakhouse? I've been to Burns. Burns is great. My cousin actually worked at Burns for several
really?
years. Yeah. I've never been to Mons Venus. I mean, I haven't. I would admit it if I had.
I've never spent time in Tampa. I've been all over Florida, but that's not an area I've really been in a lot.
You've been to Mons Venus, Vin? I'm going to guess you have.
I'm going to guess that's going to be a yes.
I'm going to guess he has.
In the stream.
Thank you, Eric, for the super chat. Really appreciate that. Merry Christmas to you. Yeah, we'll do.
We do any unboxings we get.
If you send them, we'll unbox.
It wouldn't be fair to do our own unboxing.
Who is T. Kenny? Was playing with 2 fingers broken, sprained. I don't know who that is.
T. Kenny?
Is he talking about Kenny Yeboah?
I don't know.
Oh,
yeah, sorry, because T's his name and his username. Yeah, Kenny.
Oh.
Kenny was playing with 2 fingers broken.
Yeah.
Our fault. We can't read.
I'm sorry. Yeah, Mons Venus is a strip bar. It's a strip club. It's one of the most famous ones in Florida. Or maybe anywhere.
Okay.
We've talked about this. I'm not a big strip club person. That doesn't do a lot for me.
Not even a little bit.
It creeps me out, if I'm honest. I think this might be Grind. Let's see who this is. Hey, who do we have?
How's it going?
Hey, Grind. I thought that was you. How are you, buddy? Merry Christmas.
Yo, Merry Christmas to you guys, man.
So tell us your. I'm going to guess there were times that you were you were kind of a glass case of emotions watching the Auburn search, huh?
Man, okay. So the morning, I had missed the morning show that you do with Chris, right? I know with yeah, that you know your SEC morning show.
Yeah, with Chris Landry. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so I listened to it, right? I remember you guys talking about the Kevin Steele hire, about the Auburn job, and you were like, you had said to Chris, well, at the end of the day, I think they're going to hire Kevin Steele. And I immediately said to myself, well, at the end of the day, I think I'm going to kill myself. I was like, oh, my God.
I'm glad it didn't come to that, Grind. That would have been terrible.
Because, man, like, I'm first off, I'm glad, that didn't happen. But I'm not disappointed in, like the fact that JG came on and admitted that where he was getting his sourcing from was on the wrong side of the aisle, like in the fact that he admitted that, was cool with me. Like I never had a problem with what, how the Auburn beat was going about it really. My problem was with how, bigger people was talking about how so-and-so turned down the job, so-and-so turned down the job, so-and-so turned down the job. And so
hey man, coaching searches from a journalism standpoint are hard because they are really hard. I'll give you an example because it's just 1 year old. I was dialed in on Lane Kiffin. I was dialed the F in on Lane Kiffin.
Mm-hmm.
I was pretty dialed in on a couple other cats, but I was nowhere near Elijah Drinkwitz. I just didn't have it.
Yeah, we were told a day later he interviewed and had Kiffin said no, Ole Miss was hiring Elijah Drinkwitz, and we both looked at each other like, well, that'd have been what it was. All right.
Because I spent so much time and energy on Billy Napier.
Didn't y'all have Harsin? Didn't y'all, weren't y'all naming Harsin last year a little bit?
Yeah. So
it wasn't a name that y'all was saying was hired, but, it was just maybe,
no,
he's just on the hot list.
Yeah, he was on the list because I was kind of told that, and I knew how I mean, I don't think Brian Harsin was like super serious about Ole Miss, or that Ole Miss was ever super serious.
But he was
about
willing
Brian
to
Harsin.
come back south for the right gig.
So what I was told was that Brian Harsin was a little frustrated with what was going on at Boise.
Because they wouldn't go to the American.
He liked the idea of coaching in the SEC, and what I was told was that, you know, Brian Harsin might listen if it got to that place, and that if it got to that place, that Ole Miss might talk to Brian Harsin. So yeah, he was on the list, and I felt okay about where we were with him. The guy that threw me off, and I didn't mean to interrupt you, we're going to get back to your story. The guy that threw me off last year, and he's thrown off so many people this year, was I never could get anywhere where I felt comfortable about Billy Napier. And I remember telling Chase and some other people, I'm like, we keep writing about this guy, and I can't get anything. Like nothing outside of the rumor mill justified me putting Billy Napier where I was putting him, and I was mad at myself. And I remember telling Chase, and I said it on this podcast a couple of times, that I was like, I'm missing something. I'm missing something. There's something going on that I'm missing, and I'm going to pay for it. And
yeah, you just felt like you had a number two that just wasn't linking up somewhere.
Well, and you know, and I didn't know whether it was the number one. I didn't know what number it was because Kiffin didn't get real until Wednesday, and so you know they hired him on Friday. So we went through Monday and Tuesday with me going, man, I know we're talking a lot about Kiffin, but this Kiffin thing doesn't have momentum, and Kiffin did not have momentum at Ole Miss until Wednesday. And then the momentum went super fast, and he got the job, obviously. But, yeah, anyway, covering coaching searches are really hard, and you can be a really good reporter and get your ass kicked on a coaching search. It's not hard to do.
Yeah, I can understand that, man. But from what I heard, Bill Clark, Auburn didn't reach out to Bill Clark. Bill Clark agent reached out to Auburn. And Auburn and Alan Green, said basically no, we're not interested. And I don't know how they got misconstrued into the fact that Bill Clark turned down the job.
Okay,
and
so I know somebody on this. And Bill Clark in Auburn. I don't know how it happened, but he absolutely interviewed for the job, and he immediately quote took his name out because it was obvious that Auburn really wasn't serious about hiring him. Yeah. So it's in all this stuff, right? You get some semantics, and people don't. It's the whole thing of when you're a little kid and you send the note to the girl that you want to see if she'll be your girlfriend. You send the note to her friend first that says basically, hey, if I ask Susie to be my girlfriend, will she say yes or no? And if the answer is, well, she'll say no, then you never ask Susie. That way she never gets to reject you. If she says yes, I would say yes. Then you go ask Susie, and she becomes your girlfriend.
Basically one of those situations. There you go. You nailed it. All right, man. Look at you. Yeah. and now I heard with Napier that he did interview, but Auburn never officially said, never gave him an official offer. I heard that he did interview, but Alan Green never, gave him an official offer.
So here's what I think happened, Grind. I think Alan Green, throughout the process,
he let some things hang, man, and I like it.
He did. I think he basically said, okay, I'll talk to these people that you all are telling me I have to talk to, but at the end of the day, and he didn't tell them this until he did it, I'm going to make the decision. Because Billy Napier absolutely interviewed with Auburn. And Billy Napier got told by people at Auburn, okay, yeah, but you got to keep Kevin Steele, and you have to keep Rodney Garner, and there might have been one or two others, and he's like, whoa, hold up.
Yeah, I heard Cadillac and Cody Burns as well.
Yeah, I heard Cadillac too. So he said, hey, Carnell Williams, for those of you who aren't Auburn aficionados, he said, whoa, hold up. I've got a good gig where I am. I'm making good money at Louisiana Lafayette. We're winning. I'm still fairly young. I got time. I'm not going to jump into some deal where people are pulling my strings. And that happened with several coaches. And and then other coaches did this deal where, hey, Auburn's open. It's a big-time job. I'm going to get my name thrown around a little bit here. A, for kicks and giggles, and B, it might give me some leverage where I am. And Cristobal, for example. Yeah.
Now, I was going to get to Cristobal, but I was going to say I did hear that he did, offer the job to Venables, and he turned it down. Now, I did, like, he was a for sure, like, saying no to Auburn.
Yeah.
I did hear that.
He says no to everybody.
He just doesn't really.
He
care
doesn't
that
really
much.
want to do it.
Which is crazy. I mean, I guess he just sees himself like a Bud Foster type, I guess.
He's making a ton of money. He's very comfortable doing what he's doing. Likes it there, family, the whole deal, and goes, you know what? It's all right.
Yeah.
He just doesn't have that gene that so many of them has.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, who knows? He may not turn out to be a great head coach. Like we all think that he's the next guy, but he may not. He may turn out to be like a Will Muschamp type. But I was gonna say now what I heard, which was very interesting, which was floating around Auburn boards, was that on December 17th, an Auburn jet landed in Spokane, Washington, got a rent-a-car, and then drove somewhere to an undisclosed location to meet with a candidate. And that is what, all Auburn fans link, okay, Spokane, Washington, that has to be Cristobal. And then I'll probably say about 3 days later on that same message board, a guy was like, hey, it's gonna be a hire that that you guys aren't really thinking about. He's off the radar, but I think at the end of the day, you guys are gonna, like his resume and like to hire, that specific person and say his name. And we never linked that flight, with that, with Brian Harsin until yesterday, and we was like, now it all makes sense. That was the candidate they went and drove to. They didn't go and meet with Cristobal.
Yeah, and so what I heard about Harsin was that he made it very clear through his representation that if his name leaked, he was out.
Yeah.
That he had a good deal at Boise. He's from Boise. He played at Boise and whatnot. I mean, he's frustrated with them, but look, he's dominating that league, and Boise's a good job, and they're paying him good money, and he had a very friendly buyout that let him explore any job that he wanted to explore, and that basically he was like, look, if my name gets leaked in this and it gets public, I'm bailing on you. I'll wait another cycle. And so to Auburn's credit, they were able to keep that super quiet. I mean, they forget the local guys. There wasn't one national guy. Nobody. One national guy came forward with, hey, Auburn and Brian Harsin are down the road a little bit. Nobody got that.
Yes. And I like it. And I like the hire, and this is why I like it. First off, I know what Chase said that, he took over the program. It went down a tick, after he took it over from Chris Peterson. But, these are my points I say to that. For the first, few years of his career at Boise State, Chris Peterson, dominated in the WAC. Mm-hmm. Once he joined the Mountain West Conference, he no longer made what we call now an Access Bowl. His last season there, he went 8-5. Harsin first season in 2014, he went, the year I want to say the year he lost to Ole Miss in the opener. He ended up going 12-2 and beating Arizona in the Fiesta Bowl that year, in the year where Chris Peterson went 8-5 previous. Mm-hmm. And, after that, and what's also interesting to me, he went 12-2. His second year, he took a dip, went 9-4. And so I said, okay. And after that, which is what I like, he went 10-3, 11-3, and 12-2, which shows me that whatever happened in that 9-4 season, he learned from and was able to, elevate the program and, continue to, get back winning championships. Now, he never did make another Access Bowl after that Fiesta Bowl. It was like an Access Bowl in the Mount West. And I will also say there is something to say about being the guy that follows the guy and having success. Sure. Yeah. Because Chris Peterson was the guy at Boise State. And so, if, he was able to, have success at Boise State and, to the point to where now I did see where some fans were a little upset when he left. And some fans were like, hey, maybe we do need some, some fresh air. And so not all the fan base was, upset when he left. But they did say that, he is a good recruiter, which I feel like the whole recruiting thing is going to be overblown because, I mean, Auburn we're going to get top 15 classes if you don't stumble over yourself. And so if he just assembles the right staff and, everybody gets acclimated, if he keeps the right people, hopefully. I mean, he doesn't have to. I mean, somebody like Rodney Gardner, who I think, does have ties that can teach him the South, Florida and Georgia, if he doesn't know it, already, that would help him out. But, it's on him. But I just think it's a good hire just from his coaching acumen. He's good with quarterbacks. I like the hire, and it's out of the box. It's not nobody that's an Auburn guy. He, I feel like he's not going to be anybody that's, that people can control, which is what I felt like for Gus.
What's the staff look like at this point?
Dude, I have no clue. That's what I've been trying to get a beat on, and as of right now, I haven't been able to get any intel on what the staff is looking like.
He might not know.
No.
I mean, that's the truth. Because
I mean, you ain't lying though. You ain't lying.
Yeah, this is the weird time of year in college football where you have new coaches that are putting staffs together. You have coaches that are making changes. You have all sorts of different things that are happening that's fluid. Like that's the deal at Ole Miss. I'm fairly convinced that I'm right. Is that I don't know that if you ask Lane Kiffin with total truth serum right now, what's your staff going to look like next year? I'm not sure he could tell you. He probably could tell you what he wants it to look like, but he probably couldn't tell you exactly what it will look like. That's probably the same thing for Brian Harsin and a lot of people right now.
Yeah, and I will. One thing I will also say about Harsin, during his tenure as the head coach at Boise State, he had in those 7 years, I want to say he had 16 players drafted, and out of those 16, 5 of those guys went in the first 3 rounds. And he actually had more players drafted in the league than a few other SEC teams. I know Tennessee is one of those teams for sure. And so, I mean, it's just things that I like about the guy. He's able to he had a walk-on, was able to get drafted first-round offensive lineman. He had another offensive tackle go second round, another 3-star offensive guard go second round and third round. So, just from his resume and what I've seen, I like the hire.
Hey, Grind.
And so, that's all I was going to say, man. You guys have a good Christmas, man.
Merry Christmas to you, too. Stay good, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right, man.
All right. Yeah, it changes the game for Trevin Wallace for sure. Saw where Junior Colson's upset about a coaching change at Michigan.
Yeah, their defensive coordinator Brown.
Yeah, he's
was let go.
Hey, if I'd known that, I might have waited.
Should have waited. I mean, that is where kind of some bad advice and things comes in. I mean, Harbaugh was not safe by any means. There was probably going to be some changes. You know what I mean? Like nobody's in your ear.
I do feel bad for the kids when a coach recruits you, and you sign. They're 17, 18-year-old kids, and you sign, and then the coach is like, yeah, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
It sucks. Because it's like, well, if I'd known that.
Yeah, of course. It sucks. Because head coach is the only time you even can kind of sort of maybe get the waivers and things. Assistant coaches, that never really applies.
Well, Zion Williamson's gotten his body in shape for this year. He looks so much better.
They're a bottom half playoff team, right?
Yeah, probably. It looks so weird to look
Which I know they're doing like the mini tournament thing, 7 through 10, to get into the playoffs.
I look out there and I see Steven Adams in a Pelicans uniform, and it's just
Weirding
so
you out a little
odd.
bit?
Yeah, it's freaking me out a little bit because I'm like, Steven Adams has been with the Thunder forever.
Yeah. Tom Allen had another PC today. Did we grab that video? I'll go grab that. I got the link for it. I'll go get it.
I didn't do it today.
Yeah,
I did the one yesterday with Kane.
Do what now?
Kane Womack.
Yeah.
I did his.
Okay.
So I was going to write about it some in 10 Weekend Thoughts. So I did that one. God, their video, their media stuff is like 20 minutes.
It's all long. Yeah.
Everybody has 8 questions. Like, damn, y'all do this every day? I would be so fatigued.
It also shows you like non-SEC schools where everything's not just, oh God, we're all buttoned down and we're all doing whatever. Where it's like, yeah, just come on out.
Was Tom pretty intense again today?
I haven't watched it yet. So I'm saying
okay.
I haven't grabbed. I mean, I know where the link is, but I haven't.
Yeah.
I haven't grabbed it. So yeah, I don't.
He says, "Hey Neal, what NBA team should I bandwagon after jumping ship from the Rockets?" I'm kind of jumping on the Mavericks this year just because I like Luka, but that's pretty bandwagon-y too. I don't know. Hey, who do we have?
Hey guys, it's Auburn Reb.
Hey, what's up, Auburn?
Nothing much, just hanging out, watching the Pels Raptors game. What y'all doing?
Same thing.
Same thing. 78-77, yeah. J.J. Redick with the little shot, misses. Rebound for the Raptors. Down one.
Yeah,
1:35
Pels are going on
to
a little
go.
bit of a run here. But I'm cheering for the Raptors because of TD. I think he got in a minute, but I don't think he's going to play that much. But so guys, little backstory about the wedding I had to go to Saturday. I'm more of an advocate now than I ever was for no fall weddings because that sucked. And even though that wasn't a fall wedding,
yeah,
that was miserable being at a reception without a TV.
Yeah, that would suck. Now, in fairness to them, there's no way they could have known December 19th was going to be Ole Miss LSU. I mean, there's just no
Like I
chance.
said, I blame the people in past years that did it knowingly, but we're gonna give these people a pass.
Yeah, I mean, and I was even joking with him too because he is, he was an Ole Miss grad, so he's got to do wedding reception stuff. But he's looking at me every time he sees me because he knows I'm keeping tabs on the game. He was like, "Have we scored again yet? Like, are we actually coming back?" I was like, "Ole Miss is scoring touchdowns. LSU's kicking field goals," and he was just like, "Damn it! Like that's great, but I can't watch any of it." So I did feel bad for him. But between that and all the older Ole Miss fans being annoyed that they didn't wear the gray pants, I was just annoyed towards the end of the night. But it is what it is. I had a good time. I did have a question though. For you guys, I meant to ask it last week and I didn't. It's kind of transformed. I wanted to ask y'all, it seems like there are a couple jobs right now or programs that are on the downward spiral right now, and that really benefits Ole Miss, LSU, State, Tennessee, Florida State. And then I also kind of wanted to ask y'all, who do y'all think gets fired first next season, Ed Orgeron or Mike Leach?
Ooh. Of those two, I'd say Orgeron because there's
I think it's going to be Orgeron. I think Orgeron's going to be fired by mid-October. I do.
Yeah.
I don't know, though.
I mean, I know they won some games there at the end. They kind of survived Arkansas. They survived Ole Miss. They lucked out against Florida. But I don't think the decision makers at LSU are fooled. I'll just put it that way.
I don't think their fans are fooled. Quite frankly, I talked to a couple of their fans Saturday night that were pissed off they won the last two games.
Yeah,
they kind of want to cut bait now and then hopefully hope the NCAA thing goes away. But, I mean, I don't know. And the thing with Leach, they looked really good Saturday, so I don't know if, they're going to roll into next year and maybe have some momentum or not. I don't think they're going to be particularly good, but I just think LSU is a complete and total train wreck right now still.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think I don't like where LSU's going. You look at the way the players are opting out, the way the players are leaving, they're in the transfer portal, all that stuff. It's not you don't have to be a genius to figure out what's happening there.
Yeah, it kind of. I mean, I was a student at Ole Miss when what was Freeze's last year? Was it 16, and then the spring or summer of 17 was when the phone record stuff came out?
July of 17 is what got him, but 16 was his last season.
And towards the end of that football season, it kind of felt like he had lost the team
because he had. And
that's what it looks like for LSU now.
Yeah,
they just. I mean, give them credit. They played hard and I guess won, but
I mean, look, they've got talent, but everybody can see where this is headed.
Yeah. I mean, Ole Miss had injuries in that game that otherwise they win the game.
The two opt-outs don't happen, and Ole Miss wins that game by 14 points.
Well, if Braylon Sanders and Jerry and Ely don't get hurt, Ole Miss wins the game by 17.
But you know what I mean? I mean, Elijah's out there, and they can't cover him, and they're just scoring.
Right. Ole Miss would have scored 60 points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought that was interesting, kind of just hanging out thinking, because, I mean, for a while there, mid-October, State fans were already done with Leach, but now I think they played Ole Miss close in the Egg Bowl. They beat Missouri. I don't know if Missouri just completely did not show up or what. I didn't watch that game, but, I mean, Will Rogers looks okay. He turns the ball over a lot, but I guess that's the closest thing they have to a quarterback that can fit his system. But I don't know. Next year's going to be really interesting, but I'll hang up, guys. Y'all have a Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas,
You too,
Bobby.
Bobby.
Thanks. So what did you decide to do for you doing beef tenderloin also?
Yeah, beef tenderloin. I have my decision was more: am I doing egg or just roasting it?
Hang on, caller. Just hang tight. I've got you. But we'll get you in a second. So what are you going to do with it?
All right.
I still think I'm going to do it on the egg because the turkey worked out so well that I'm kind of just like, hey, let's just go with it.
Yeah. I'm going to do the reverse sear.
Are you?
On the beef tenderloin.
Okay.
I'm going to get it to about 115 with the plate setter.
Yeah.
And then take the plate setter off, put the grates on,
And
get them
pop it.
hot, and then sear it.
Yeah.
Because not everybody in my house wants beef tenderloin. So I'm going to do some scallops on a skillet, and then I'm going to do a couple of skewers of shrimp for Carson.
Okay.
And Campbell just wants a strip, not a beef tenderloin. So got a lot going on. So I got a plan.
She wants a strip.
Yeah, she doesn't like beef tenderloin.
Okay.
Which is weird because she loves filet, so it's in her head about what it is. Yeah, I know.
It makes no sense.
I know, but lots of If you
So,
think
so like she'll
it's
go to a
kinda like-
restaurant and go, no, I just want the filet. I don't want the Chateaubriand.
yeah, it's kind of like you and me with mayonnaise. You like eggs, you like oil, you don't like mayonnaise.
Yeah.
I'm the same way.
Okay. What are you marinating the? Well, I mean, I'm sorry, not marinating, but how are you seasoning?
So
Give
I'm
me
gonna
to
do
everyone.
a dry brine of just salt the night before,
Okay.
and then go from there.
Okay.
Salt, pepper, maybe a little garlic powder, not much,
Yeah, yeah.
because you don't want to do. I don't
You
want
don't
to.
want to overpower.
I don't want to drop it in a bunch of Worcestershire and stuff.
No, Dale's.
Yeah, come on, this makes no sense.
All right.
Where all you taste is Dale's.
So anyway, go ahead.
Hey, who do we have, caller?
Hey, it's David in Olive Branch. How y'all doing?
Hey, David.
Man, after listening to that, I'm hungry all over again.
We're trying. It's a food show sometimes.
At times.
You know, steak, suckers, that kind of thing.
Well, let's pass the time. What is the worst Christmas gift either one of y'all has ever received?
Worst one we've ever received?
Like, you remember thinking, you remember unwrapping, you remember looking at it like, dang, I really like this.
The worst one as a kid is somebody gave me a T-shirt that had the Tasmanian devil on it and like a button that was on the chest, and you hit the button and it made like the weird Tasmanian devil sound thing. As a kid,
Oh, yeah.
because you no, it wasn't awesome.
Not
at
as
all.
a kid.
No,
It wouldn't be awesome.
you don't want clothes, and B, that's not cool. That's going to get you pushed into a locker at some point. As an adult, I can't think of anything where I'm just like, oh my God. I will tell you that like a lot of the novelty shaped ice cubes, because people know I'm a bourbon drinker,
Yeah.
kind of bother me for some reason. Like, I don't know, one year it might be golf balls, and next year it might be like dice or something. It's like, okay.
Just give me a damn
just
cube.
give me the silicone like thing. Yeah, it's all good. I'll think about it, but off the top of my head, those are what can pop up.
For both of y'all, are you white lights or multicolored lights on your tree?
White, and I'm pretty fanatical about it.
Yeah, I am too.
Although the lights on my tree do
White.
both. Like, you can click
White.
it how many ever times you want to click it to make it do whatever you
Oh,
want
really?
it to do. Yeah.
Oh, wow. How about that?
Yeah.
You're a white light guy too, David?
I'm a white light guy, but a friend of mine, he has a tree that it switches back and forth, and I don't hate it. I actually don't. I kind of enjoy it personally. It's a nice little change of pace.
What are you cooking for Christmas?
Well, me and my family have a fireworks tent, so we'll be having a black cat for Christmas.
Do what now?
A
One more
what
time?
now?
We have a fireworks tent, so we'll be
Oh.
having black cat for Christmas.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, but I got another question about some of the staff shakeup. If you got it,
Yeah, sure. Go for it.
How much smoke is there to Will Muschamp to Ole Miss for starters?
Some.
Okay, so nothing you can make a smoke signal out of it.
No, not yet, because things could change. Because I mean, look, there will be a market for him, and then there's the possibility that Will says, "Hey, I'm going to take a year."
Yeah. If you had to put together 3 names off the top of your head for the D-line coach position, who do you think would be most likely to fill them?
I wouldn't be able to do that because I don't know whether he's going to restructure his defensive staff and move people around. I don't know whether he is going to, like, let's say he brings in Chris Kiffin, for example, and
we couldn't get that lucky.
Chris comes in as a co-defensive coordinator, but he also coaches the defensive line. I mean, I think he's going to be creative with titles and such. So I mean, I know this comes across as like a cop-out, but there's really no way to really answer that because it could go a number of different directions. What I don't think is that he's going to hire a defensive line coach who's just a pure replacement for Deke Adams. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but that's not the impression I get is that it's going to be something a little more complicated than that.
So it's not going to be as cut and dry as going to get Bo Davis or what some of the other coaches on Neville Grove are hoping.
Yeah, that's my guess. Is that I mean everything I hear is that it's going to be more complex than that.
Yeah, we don't make it easy on ourselves.
Well,
right,
I don't know.
thanks.
There's a lot of people that do that. You know, I mean, coaches want titles for the money. They want titles for future promotion somewhere else or whatnot. I mean, like for example, Chris Partridge wants to be a head coach one day, so he needs to be a coordinator. Yet Chris is not really the coordinator of Ole Miss's defense. Does that make sense? I mean, it's
Right.
So there's a
He has
lot.
a title. He doesn't have a.
There's just a lot of stuff there. He's an elite recruiter who wants to be a head coach one day. One of the reasons he came to the SEC was to diversify his portfolio, if you will, his resume. So there's just a lot.
Right.
There's just a lot there. It's more complicated than just football.
All right. I want to throw a hypothetical at you as well.
Okay.
You and Rose Bowl in a cage match fight for charity. What's your charity?
I'd fight for like St. Jude or something.
All right. I like it.
He'd probably fight for abused authors of America. So.
Do you foresee any
America.
staff? And I'm sorry if these questions have already been answered. I just tuned in whenever Robin was on the radio or on the call. But do you see any changes coming to the offensive side?
Potentially.
I really want T. Martin.
I haven't heard T's name, but that doesn't mean anything. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at all if there's at least one change offensively.
I gotcha. All right, guys. Well, appreciate it. Love the show. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, David. Thanks. They're accusing us of sandbagging. I will tell you that what's not sandbagging is Oxford University Bank. They're locally owned and operated right here in Oxford. When you deposit money at OUB, that money and the vast majority of the bank's profits go right back into the Oxford community. It is Live Oxford, bankoxford.com, 662-234-6668. OUB is FDIC insured. Also brought to you by Whitney McNutt, Tommy Morgan Incorporated Realtors, serving you for all your real estate needs in Oxford and Tupelo. 662-567-2573, 662-842-3844. And we're brought to you by Bain, Moss & Bowen, located in historic downtown Corinth. Their firm practices a wider range of law, from DUI defense to car wrecks to representing government entities. It's 618 East Waldron Street in Corinth, or call them at 662-287-1620. Also brought to you by Meadowbrook Wealth Advisors of Raymond James, a team in Jackson providing planning and investment guidance to clients across the state and surrounding areas. Financial advisors Bill Geary, Logan Phillips, Chris Carrero, and Ryan Geary are partners with a commitment to personalized service. Call them at 601-368-2215. See if they might be a good fit for your financial goals. Raymond James and Associates Incorporated, member New York Stock Exchange, SIPC.
I mean, you have to get some milk. I mean, that's gonna be dumb not to have it.
Yeah.
You can go do that, and we can come back.
I'll do that. I'll let you talk to the people in the chat for a minute.
Sure. Of course, says he hates the icicle lights. They don't look anything like an icicle. That's true. Yeah, colored lights just bother me for some reason. It's one of my weird ones that I don't judge anybody. Do whatever you want, but for whatever reason, that's one that does kind of get on me a little bit. You know, Tom Allen's one hell of a football coach. He was not a very good recruiter at Ole Miss. I think it's a huge loss. I would think it was a huge loss when he left Ole Miss overall. I think from a just having him in the locker room, having him around your staff, the energy he brought, the way he coaches. It was not from a recruiting standpoint. But the problem is they didn't replace him. They didn't do anything to elevate their defensive recruiting or linebacker recruiting at that point either. So that's that was some of the issue when he left. You know, and then Chris made a huge living off that 2013 class, and you know, did a pretty good job. But you never kind of saw that. You never kind of saw that catch again. Neal is going to get the refreshments. I've made the powder, and the hot chocolate with water is fine. Milk is better, but I'm not so much of a snob on that one that I'm not okay with water. tree is currently fake. I would like to have a real if it's like no, if it's one or the other and it's whatever, but my current tree is fake. Yeah, he was instrumental in Tunzel. I don't remember the rest of that class, talking about 2013.
Hey, caller, who do we have?
Hey, this is Dan from Jackson.
Hey, Dan, what's up?
Hey guys, how are y'all?
Oh, we're. I think we're getting nervous, but we're okay. How are you?
No, look, Chase is nervous. There's no doubt.
Yeah, Chase is definitely nervous.
Chase, look, 45 minutes ago, Chase was talking about eye surgery.
I'm tired too, but yeah, I'm telling you, this stupid thing open is kind of like.
I'd be there. I would eat it.
Well, I'd love to back out. But I don't know that.
My wife just said, "You're not really going to do it, are you?" I'm like, "Well, what choice do I have?"
How much money are you at now?
$670.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. Hey, Neal, is there more smoke with Muschamp or Kiffin?
I don't know. Probably Kiffin, but I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, it's
Okay.
kind of
That's good.
it's. I mean, I'm just telling you, a lot could change all over the place.
Of course, yeah.
You know,
That's
I mean-
interesting.
I mean, Will
Kiffin's
could-
a name that I
Will
didn't expect to hear.
Here's what people tell you when you talk about Lane. They tell you that he probably needs to make sure he has a former head coach on his staff. Needs someone who can kind of be a day-to-day kind of a rock. Because Lane's a different dude. I mean, I think that's pretty obvious. I don't mean that in a critical way. He's different.
No, I agree.
A different guy, and from a day-to-day, you probably need somebody on that staff who's run a program before. So, if you're not going to have, and I don't know this, hell, DJ Durkin might be at Ole Miss for 10 years. I'm just saying, but if DJ Durkin's not on your staff, you probably need to have somebody on your staff who's been a head coach before.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the people who are like, Will Muschamp is whatever, look, Will Muschamp would be a big-time hire at Ole Miss or anywhere else. I mean, Will's been the head coach at Florida. He's been the head coach at South Carolina. He knows how to run a program. I know they didn't win to the level that people want them to win, and he got fired for it. I get it. But don't underestimate just how good of a coach he is, how locked in he is, and that kind of thing.
Well, I know that, and I mean how respected he is. I've never heard one person say on any show nationally or ever that he's not just such a great guy and just a rock solid guy, not just a coach, but just a guy.
And more importantly, players love him.
Yeah.
So there, look, Will would be a big get. I mean, a big get.
Yeah, I agree. Chase, have you ever had any of the Yellowstone? Any of the Yellowstones?
I have not actually.
Man, I'm telling you, try any of them. I've had 2 of them now, and they are unbelievable.
How the hell is this thing even?
I have to go to Louisiana to get it, but it's really good. All right, guys. Merry Christmas.
Merry
Thanks
Christmas
for all
to
you
you.
do.
Thank you, Dan. Appreciate it.
Good night. Bye.
Like, I don't even know how you get the damn wrapper off.
It took me a second.
Oh, did you get yours off?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like.
Oh, yeah, you sure did.
Open it up.
Tell you real quick while I can still talk, we're also brought to you by The Rogue. The Rogue, your destination for fine men's clothing. Their stylist hand-select pieces from top designers, from work to lifestyle to nightlife. There's the perfect something for everyone. Peter Millar, Martin Dingman, Jack Victor, Halsey, True Grit, Duckhead, and more. It's therogue.com. We're also brought to you by Heritage Properties, home to 3 communities in Oxford, Faulkner Flats, Cambridge Station, Lexington Point, all 3 multifamily housing. They offer on-site management, maintenance. They're pet-friendly, and they offer short-term leases. It's live at faulknerflats.com or 662-234-4558.
102-93, Pelicans over the Raptors currently.
Yeah. So what you do is just like tear a hole. There it goes. I'm afraid to touch it. I mean, no joke. I'm literally terrified to touch the damn thing. Oh, Lord, help us.
I mean, there's no way I'm getting to 3 minutes, so I mean, it's not a matter of clock or anything.
Hey, who do we have?
Hey, Neal, it's Leif.
Hey, Leif, what's up, man?
Oh, just outdoor dashing. I actually just sent you a couple pictures because I know how big you are into COVID-19 protection. I just picked up some food at a Chinese restaurant that they had a front counter, and what they did to protect themselves, protect us, hell, who the hell knows? They put up a vinyl siding all the way up to the ceiling, and the way they put it up there was they used masking tape, and their door was a shower curtain. It was amazing.
The door was a shower curtain?
Yeah. Go ahead.
I think we lost you, Leif.
Okay, now here I am.
I got really distracted by Neal touching the sucker.
So I got a little piece of the sucker on my pinky, on my left pinky, and so I just kind of put my tongue on my pinky after I brushed it off, and holy hell.
Well, no, Evan, in the stream, no way I make it 3 minutes. I'm not going to make it a minute.
Grind says put a...
There's no rule here.
YouTube flagged it, but Grind suggested that we put a prophylactic on our tongue, and I don't think that would work. Yeah. This is insane.
I mean, look, I'm not going to cause damage to myself today over this. I mean, we're going to be good sports about this, but...
Whew. No, listen, Evan says no way you make 3 minutes.
I'm not even sure it's going to, like, just sit in
I'm
my
not
mouth.
sure I make 20 seconds.
Yeah. We doing this?
I mean, I guess.
At this point, I'm tired of looking at it.
Wow. My tongue is literally burning, and I barely touched it.
And you touched it and then put it on your tongue.
It was on my pinky, and I brushed it off, and so I just did this right here. The residue off, thinking, literally dipping your toe in the water, and my God, at my poor toe right now.
Now, you didn't drink any milk afterwards, though.
I didn't.
That's more what I'm curious about is, like... Oh, wow. Yeah, I just touched it with my finger and then put it in my tongue.
Uh-huh. You see what I mean?
Okay, here's our problem.
So your mouth's going to burn up
Here's our problem.
all night.
Here's our problems. Like when I'm telling y'all people, like seriously, I put my finger on it and then just touch my tongue. And I could still feel it in the back of my throat.
Uh-huh.
Like...
Yeah, I would like to know which sumbitch bought these suckers.
The milk is not doing anything is the problem. I mean, maybe not anything is not correct, but...
Yeah, my wife says this is a really bad idea. She ain't wrong. Jake says get the sour cream out. I'm going to ask my wife if we have... Laura, if you're watching, do we have sour cream? She says this is stupid. Hey, who do we have?
Hey, this is David in Georgia.
Hey, David, what's up?
Hey, Neal.
Yes, sir.
Please, for the love of God, I've seen you, like, itch next to your eye with your finger. Don't do that.
Yeah, I already am thinking about it. Keep my hands,
your hands away from your face, man.
Away from my face, right.
Just, y'all be careful, dude.
Okay. Thanks, David.
Thank you.
Bye.
Merry Christmas.
Bye.
Yeah. Laura says she has to save the sour cream for the twice-baked potatoes that she's making.
Do what?
Laura's unwilling
Oh,
to
okay.
give us... I don't think you could dip this in anything and it would matter. No, Blake says swallow it whole. No.
I mean, come on.
No. I mean, no. Hey, who do we have?
You have Bennett from Oxford.
Hey, Bennett.
So I was just wondering the chances of either Jerry Allen or Braylon Sanders coming back. Or, I mean, was it Sanders or Drummond? It was Sanders, yeah, coming back for the ball game. Like, you have anything on the injuries?
I don't. My anticipation, based on what I've heard, is that neither one will play in the bowl.
Braylon less likely than Jerian, but
Okay. I mean, the thing was, you have Henry Parrish in the backfield, and you got Snoop, and both of them are pretty good. So that's what I'm fine with letting Jerry on take that one off. That was one more worry, but yeah, if it's Sanders isn't in, that's going to be really rough.
Yeah, listen, I think it's going to be a challenge offensively. It just is what it is.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, good luck with that.
Yeah.
Thank
Man,
you.
Thanks.
Talk back to you. Y'all going to need it.
Yeah, I know. Thanks, Ben.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you.
Justin asking, Scoville units 9 million. It's 900 times hotter than a jalapeno. He asked a question. I just told you the answer.
How did we get into this?
Well, we never thought it would happen. We threw something stupid out a year ago.
You're the one that came up with 500, not me. I would have said 10,000 if I'd known
you
this.
You agreed at the time. So, all right, you ready to go?
I guess. So what are we shooting for here?
I'm not even guaranteeing that I'm like going to completely put it in my mouth yet. Like we're just going to kind of take a lick and see how it goes.
That's what she said.
Well, hey, I mean, right now make all your jokes. I don't give a crap. Like whatever.
All right.
What?
I'm literally have trepidation just coursing through my.
I mean, again,
my
we didn't
very
promise we were
veins.
going to hold on to it for 10 minutes or eat the whole thing. You know?
Ben says peanut butter helps too. How would peanut butter help?
I don't know. We have milk. Yeah, don't get it on your lips. That's a good point.
Well, how the hell do you not get it on your lips? How's that work?
No, we're not doing the 5-minute challenge.
No.
No.
I can tell you right now, there's no way I'm doing. Yeah, Robert, the people that are like rules.
Yeah, they don't have one.
There
There are no rules.
You don't get this. I'm telling. This is a different deal.
It was
man.
crazy when we just put our finger on it and then touched it.
Denver says peanut butter.
I mean, in
does
all
not
seriousness, I want to be able to taste food and stuff the rest of the week. Like that was the only negative in doing it right now, is that I would be more inclined to try to play with it longer if it wasn't literally Christmas in 2 days.
Someone says beer. I would not.
I mean, I can't get
beer
sick
would
off
help.
this thing.
Yeah, I don't.
Because of this.
60 seconds is absolutely the limit. I can tell you that right now. Don't put your lips on it. How do you not put your lips on it?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, worst case scenario, I'll use the sour cream.
I mean, do we?
And I'll go get more sour cream tomorrow. I mean, that's as simple as that. I mean,
I'm not begging off here. What are we doing?
I mean, my wife has no sympathy whatsoever. None, zero. You can read it through the thing. She says, I don't want to hear one word about this later.
Denver Reb, thank you. Sorry, we've been very distracted.
Oh, I'm sorry, Denver. Pull your lips back like a horse.
Oil dissolves the capsaicin.
Oil?
I'm just reading the story.
So, like, drink some olive oil?
I don't know. I'm just telling you.
What's the nope? Swish olive oil or something similar.
I'm not sweating. I mean, it just at this point though. I mean, if we're doing it, then we're being. I mean, we're
I'm
just
not
hanging out for no reason.
deep throating it. No.
I'm not nervous. I mean,
No.
because I'm not going to be dumb enough to be nervous.
I know I'm stupid right here. All right, so we ready to do this?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I'm just going to kind of test it.
What are you gonna do?
I'm just going to lick it, see what we do.
Oh, you're just gonna just do one lick of a
And
Tootsie Pop?
I got to I got to figure out what I'm dealing with first. I'm not going to ruin my mouth over this tonight.
I understand. Oh my God.
Yeah, I love you guys, but there's no way I'm putting that in my mouth.
Wow.
That's one of the crazier things I've ever seen.
Holy hell. I licked this thing one time,
Yeah.
and it's burning the back of my throat.
You feel it all the way down.
Holy, like literally, I can feel it in my chest. You feel it in your chest?
Yeah.
I mean, I'll try like a 5-second thing and see what happens. It's going to be bad. Mm-hmm. Wow. It has like, the only flavor it has is like cinnamon, maybe. Maybe. Wow. It's like the worst Red Hot ever on all sorts of steroids. Ugh. This isn't even about toughness. Holy. If you ever have a sinus infection, yeah, the hiccups.
Do what?
Someone says you didn't do it till hiccups. I've got hiccups.
Yeah.
That's all I can do. I lose.
I mean, I'm sweating profusely.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good God.
The milk kills it, though. Like, it really does, kind of.
Oh. Wow, my head is soaking wet. Neal Forbes wants to know how it finishes.
You all right over there?
Yeah, I'm hurting.
You want to go for seconds? You ready?
No, never again.
Okay.
I'm dripping wet.
All right. Oh. Whew. No, I haven't had COVID. That was not a taste bud thing.
I've had COVID. This was worse. Whew. Laura, bring me some ice cubes, please.
Really?
Yeah. Man, oh man. The slightest bit of relief kicking in.
Hope y'all enjoyed. Yeah, I'm not doing that again.
No.
That was that. I'll cut it out tomorrow and put it up as a clip in and of itself. I can clip it and put it up, so I'll do that. So we'll do that. But
you handled that better than I did.
Better than I thought, and I like hot stuff well enough, but you actually like it more than I do.
Mm-hmm.
I would have bet on you going in if I had to pick. So,
thank you, Pat.
Yeah,
man, oh man.
No, Neal can attest that was not a blow pop. It was what.
No.
He watched me unwrap it.
He did the same thing I did. Ryan says it's gonna make it worse. Ice cube?
No, I'm all right. So.
You hear the ice popping immediately?
Yeah.
Man. You want to take a call?
I mean.
Okay. Hey, caller, who's this?
This is Cheese in Dallas.
Hey, man.
How you doing?
Better. What's up? He's not there.
Okay.
Hey, who we have? Hey, who do we have? Hey, who do we have?
Oh, it's Cole.
Hey, Cole.
What's going on, guys?
Hanging out.
Hanging in there.
Watching.
That was interesting. Laura's commentary was the best part of all of it.
We'll get you one. We can wrap one of ours back up and wait on you to head on over.
I'll be happy to send you one, Cole.
So, Chase, you had a question. I almost bought a Kentucky owl the other day, and I knew I'd heard about it. But then, I texted, some buddies, and they all told me to stay away from it. Tell me, what are your thoughts on it?
Oh, no, it's very, very good. Yeah, I mean, it depends on which ones it was. But, I mean, I've never had a bad one. I've liked every bit of Kentucky owl I've ever had.
Okay, good. Well, the guys that I texted were like, hey, stay away. This is awful. And so I withdrew from it a little bit.
No, I have. I mean, look, anybody's taste is whatever. But as far as them in general, yeah, it's one that I would trust for the most part.
But I tried to text Steve, and then he messaged me on Rivals earlier. He's like, "Hey, I'm not answering phones. I'm
yeah.
in another place right now." So, so tell me what you're doing with the beef tenderloin, because I've never cooked one. I've cooked a lot of things. I never cooked a beef tenderloin, so I'm doing it tomorrow, and I need some tips.
Well, we've always just roasted them, to whatever degree and call it. I've never done one on the egg before, so I'm actually kind of trying to learn myself a little bit. I almost went a different way because I'd had a couple buddies show me pictures of prime rib and stuff, and I almost went that way. But we're going to stick with the tenderloin. But the hope, like Neal said, is just salt, pepper, probably some garlic,
some olive oil. What are you cooking it on?
I'm cooking on the egg.
So
I think Neal's right. I think it's better to throw the plate in there, cook it to temp, and then just steer the hell out of it and pull it off.
The only problem, because I've watched a lot of people do it the other way, and the problem is that if it's hard to control your temperature, and if you're not careful, you end up burning it on the outside.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I use the plate setter more than probably I should. I use it more than anything just to control, not to burn things.
You can do it without it. I've done it without it, but get the butcher twine and try to shape it where you're just going to cook evenly, obviously.
So, Neal, Chase, did you watch the PNC, the Tiger and Charlie?
I watched a lot of round one. I didn't catch much of round two, but yeah, I saw a good bit of it. Look, I don't love the 11-year-old being media consumed like he is. It kind of freaks me out a little bit. Tiger's been pretty careful with him throughout his life. I want to see kind of what that looks like from here, but it's a duh thing, but from a sheer talent standpoint, good God, that kid can play.
So if the golf gods will give us a second coming of Tiger Woods in the form of Charlie, I promise to never take a mulligan again, or whatever I have to promise them, but just give me another 15 years of what we had with Tiger, and I'll take it.
The entertainment of that Twitter video the other day showing their mannerisms being exactly the same already as he's an 11-year-old is astonishing if you haven't seen it. There's no doubt.
I need to check that out because I haven't. I saw where Justin Thomas was saying he talks trash just like his dad.
Yeah, no, there's a thing showing 15 different clips of the way Tiger's done things, and then showing Charlie right after that, and it's eerie. They're identical.
Well, Merry Christmas, guys. Y'all have a good Christmas season. We'll see y'all after the break.
Appreciate it, Cole. Thank you. You all right?
Oh, yeah, I'm okay.
Okay. What time are we starting? 9:30 on the 2nd? Is that right? Yeah. His game's at 11:30.
Yeah, I had to think about it. Yeah, well, come on at 9:30. I've had people ask me to do one tomorrow night. If y'all want me to do one tomorrow night, I'll come on here and do a late night if you want to call in. Chase is not. He's got little kids.
Yeah.
Santa Claus is coming down.
Will be some level of busy, so yeah. But yeah, we'll be there on the 2nd.
Hey, who do we have?
Hello. Hey guys, this is Mark from DC.
Hey, Mark.
Hey guys, first of all, I just want to say my wife thinks Chase has lost a crap ton of weight. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah, I don't know. I get that. I've gotten that for like the last month. I don't know that I've lost a crap ton. I am doing P90X again, so I mean, I probably have dropped some, but I don't know. I haven't really done the Wade thing.
Well, but
I appreciate
anyway, I am. I've had a lot of beer tonight. Just going to throw it out there. Have some Fat Tire and some Vienna Lager, which is some really good stuff. I have you all on speakerphone, by the way.
Okay.
So, and this may have already been discussed, but I honestly think Indiana is kind of a bad matchup for us. I just want to hear your guys' opinion on the matchup. I mean, Tom Allen's a really good coach, and I'm really happy for him, considering that he did a lot of good things at Ole Miss. But I'll hang up and listen, and y'all have a good night.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, we'll talk about this more later. This is one of the best teams in their program's history. This is not one of the best teams in Ole Miss's program's history.
Indiana is going to be incredibly motivated. They feel slighted. Tom's going to play off that for 2 weeks. They're going to be much more in tune. It's going to be a challenge for Lane to get his team to match intensity. Ole Miss has got a lot of guys out. Look, this is – you always do the bowl thing every year where one team wants it more. Ole Miss is not that team on the second. It just is what it is. There's no way – and that's not a criticism. There's no way for Ole Miss to become that team on the second. It just is what it is. So, I mean, Lane even kind of joked, was like, hey, we're going to play the game, but, you want to let them have Saturday night, let them, blow off a little steam, have a good time, and go from there. So,
both of our wives are in the stream. Yours is being far less trolling than mine. Mine is just straight out trolling me right now. Okay. I actually kind of respect it.
Yeah.
She's in there laughing. I think the entire house is getting a kick out of watching me suffer.
Yeah, you're yeah. Anyway.
Auburn actually got a pretty good matchup because Northwestern's
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I mean they can match them athletically and surpass them athletically and potentially win that game. There's no doubt. So
we'll take one more.
Sure. Yeah, I'm about done.
Hey, who do we have?
Hello.
Hey.
Can you hear me?
Yep. Who's this?
Hey, this is Walt in Birmingham. How y'all doing tonight?
Hey, Walt. We're good. How are you?
Doing well. Sipping on some Eagle Rare. Watching y'all eat those suckers and wanting to go drink about a half gallon of water myself. I got a couple of hypotheticals for you. Well, first off, I have a buddy that's a big Tennessee fan who, sent me the tweet Saturday about, investigation into violations by Jeremy Pruitt, and I immediately texted him back and told him the storyline of Hugh Freeze being brought in to clean up a program with NCAA problems is the story that 2020 has needed to bring us for a long time, and I feel like we've really earned that. I don't know that it's going to happen, but he's on board with bringing Freeze in. I'd just like to watch UT Florida in that scenario and see how that develops. But especially with us playing Indiana here soon, I was thinking back to when Tom Allen was, a favorite assistant coach on the staff and left after 2014. Is there any scenario y'all would see where, if Freeze were a different person who was able to evaluate his staff and upgrade it accordingly, where maybe, there were rumors that Womack wanted to kind of go ahead and get out at that time. Suppose Freeze had elevated Tom Allen to defensive coordinator. Do you think that makes the Freeze tenure look any different? I mean, probably not, because it's not going to cover up all the rest of his flaws, but just curious.
Yeah, it was going down in so many other areas to where that was the issue. Sure, on field, yeah, but they didn't recruit. And
Right.
Like what I said a minute ago, Tom didn't really
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't
matter how good of a linebacker coach he is if you don't have linebackers to coach.
The defensive talent declined to such an extent that it's hard to explain.
Yeah,
and that's what
you
matters.
see it now.
Yeah, it's been a problem for going on 5 years now. But another kind of related hypothetical was if that happened, and I'm guessing I already know the answer to this because of what happened anyway, but if Tom Allen and Matt Luke were both on that staff where, the Hugh Freeze allegations kind of surfaced and he was pushed out, is there any universe in which Tom Allen was elevated to interim coach instead of Luke? Now, I know the chances of that are probably really low because Luke was the Ole Miss guy and Tom Allen was the outsider.
Yeah, look, Tom, the only reason, the only reason that Matt stayed and didn't join Will Muschamp at South Carolina was because he was told that, hey, if something happens, you're going to be the guy. They knew months ahead that there was a chance something bad was going to happen.
And some people probably years ahead as far as seeing things coming down the pipe.
Yeah, for sure.
100%.
1,000%.
So, last but not least, do y'all want another little Johnny joke?
Yeah, we can finish on a little Johnny joke.
Okay. Well, I think the last one I did was what your daddy does. So I'm going to try to keep track of which ones I've told and which ones I haven't. But teacher walks into class and she says, today, class, we're going to work on our word of the day. And I want you to use it in a sentence. And she says, today's word of the day is fascinate. She says, it's fascinate.
Okay.
A bunch of hands go up, and she says, Lucy. And Lucy stands up and says, well, last night I watched a movie about space with my daddy, and I was fascinated. And teacher says, that's very good, Lucy. Says, but that's the past tense. The word is fascinate. You said fascinated, which is past tense. So that's good. You're on track. Bunch of hands go up, and she says, Susie. Susie stands up and says, well, whenever I got picked up from school yesterday, I saw a car wreck on the way home, and I thought it was fascinating. Just the police officer came, and it was fascinating. The teacher said, that's good, Susie, but that's fascinating. The word of the day is fascinate. We're working on tense. I want you to use that same word. And a bunch of other hands go up, and the teacher, I guess, feels like taking a risk and sees Johnny's hand go up and says, little Johnny, why don't you stand up and see if you can use the word? And it's fascinate now. Just remember it's fascinate.
Yeah.
Little Johnny says, I understand. Says, so my Aunt Mary, she's got a really pretty Christmas sweater, bright red, and it's really pretty, and it's got 10 buttons on it, but her tits are so big she can only fascinate. That's all I got, guys. Y'all have a Merry Christmas.
You too.
Merry
Thank
Christmas to you all.
All right. Bye.
Didn't catch what that was going to the end.
I didn't either. I kept thinking, where's he going? Because I was trying to figure out, and I'd actually thought of fasten and 8.
Yeah.
But I didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
I've only got the one really good little Johnny joke that I've told 1,000 times. Little Johnny in the train set.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. We'll have a pretty normal week for you next week, as far as I know. At least we will have a show on Monday, so we'll do that. Appreciate everybody. Huge crowd tonight. All the super chats, the fun at our expense, and the people in the stream. So thanks to all you guys every day. As we are getting close to a year, we'll do a lot of more thank yous as the year comes to a close. But have a Merry Christmas. Everybody stay safe over the next couple days, and we will talk to you again on Monday.